Big Polly's World of Sports Sims proudly presents FHM 6, the Brass Bonanza series featuring the Hartford Whalers starting in 1979 and moving onward using franchise Hockey Manager 6. And welcome to the latest installment of the FHM 6 series I have been doing, Brass Bonanza. A little salute to the Hartford Whalers. 79-80 season is what I have begun with, and right now we are in the playoffs of this 79-80 season to go along with the NHL playoffs going on currently, even though it's the middle of August. And of course, I didn't plan it that way. It's just kind of something that happened. These are the final stats of the 1980 79-80 season. I finished in second place in the Norris Division, Hartford Whalers, 41, 31, and 8, good for 90 points, and the number 8 seed. Best team was the New York Islanders at 125 points. The worst team was the Colorado Rockies. You can't really see it that well. 15, 54, and 11. They only had 41 points. Guy Lafleur scored the most points, 132, and the most goals, 60. Gilbert Perreault of Buffalo had 90 assists. Billy Smith of the Islanders had the best goals against average at .19, not .199. If he had that, he'd be pitching, he'd be shutting them out every night. 1.99. LaRue or Larocque of Montreal had the best save percentage at .915, and Heron of Montreal had the most wins this season in goal with 41. So now we take a look at the playoffs, and I have already played 2 games in my playoff with the LA Kings, and won them both. And I will show you here, if I can, that in the first playoff game I won 2-1 at Springfield against the LA Kings, and then the second game was a blowout. It was 9-2 over the LA Kings. So now I go to Los Angeles, or Hartford goes to Los Angeles, and here's what we're going to do today. That might be a little different than what we have done in previous parts of this series. We're going to play all the elimination games, and Game 3 is an elimination game because Hartford is 1 game away from winning the series, the first round series. This is a best of 5, and moving on to the quarterfinal round. If the Kings win this game I am about to play, we play another game, and we'll stay right here, play another game. If they win that, we'll have Game 5. Right after Game 3 and Game 4. So we're going to play all the elimination games. Could be 1 game, could be 3 games. I don't know. But with Hartford getting off to the 2-0 series lead, I am hopeful we could sweep. And we will try to do that. Have my AI set my lines. I must have had a good team because nobody asked me to make a trade all year. And I will continue, and I will play this game. It's going to be Garrett in goal for Hartford at 927 save average, and Lazard has been very Civ-like in his goalkeeping at save percentage of .820. Mark Howe has had 1 goal. Marcel Dion, the player to watch for LA, he has only picked up 1 point, and his plus minus is -1. We're going to do something a little different here and change the watch goal to few highlights. Actually, no, we should probably just keep it at all goals. There's few highlights could make you miss goals, so we're just going to just keep it the way it is. And let's play. See, I thought about it, but I was thinking about this earlier today, but upon looking at it, we're just going to keep it the way it is. Drop the puck from the Inglewood Forum in the greater Los Angeles area, and we're underway. Hartford needs to win just 1 game out of the next 3, and if they win any of the 3 games, the series is over. LA has started out strong. They have an early shot advantage and a scoring chance. And a goal. Hallward picks up the goal, assist from Dave Taylor and Charlie Simmer. And we're just 3 minutes in. And the Kings have picked up the first goal of the game. 1-0. We will just wait for whatever happens to happen. Hartford gives up another goal. This is Dave Taylor, with assists from Dion and Sil Apps. 6:31 into the first period, and the Kings meaning business in this third game. So we might have a couple of games more to show for you before this series is over. But the way we'll do the playoffs is every week we will do a round, and you will see all the elimination games, all the possible elimination games. Now Hartford's come back a little bit. They now have the shot lead at 8-6, but they are down 2 goals. And not a lot happening at the moment. Shot missed by Keon. Shot missed by Douglas. Missed by Beyond. And if we go overtime, it's how the NHL has always done overtimes. 20-minute overtime periods till somebody scores. And in real life, we just had Columbus and Tampa Bay play a quintuple overtime game on Tuesday. That ended with the Lightning winning, so bully for the home team there. The first period has ended back in 1980. It's 2-0 Kings. We dropped the puck for the second period. Hartford with the shot lead, 12-8. That next goal will probably be the key as to who wins the third game. LA gets it. It's going to be smooth sailing for them, although John Cherry always says the 3-0 lead is the worst lead in hockey. A holding penalty against Jordy Douglas of Hartford. So LA will go on the power play for 2 minutes or less should the Kings get a goal. Kings and Hartford played in the same division, and for a while the Kings had second place. Waiting for the next goal to be scored. And it's LA. Glenn Goldup with assists from Steve Jensen and Butch Goring. 6:22 in the period number 2, and it's 3-0 Kings. So they will not go quietly, and I wouldn't expect them to. They're the 9 seed, and Hartford was the 8 seed in this tournament. Oh, we have Shutt and Foytu hooking it up, and they're each getting 5-minute majors for fighting, so emotions running high right now. And with LA with a comfortable lead, Hartford trying to sell scores. Other way, we have a goal. Jordy Douglas, assist by Mike Rogers. It's 3-1. Signs of life for Hartford midway through the second period. 9:39 was left when the goal was scored, so that came at 10:21. Hartford leading in shots, but LA with the 2-goal lead. 7 minutes left in period number 2. Hooking on Simmer, and Hartford goes on the power play for 2 minutes or less should they score a goal, or should there be another penalty. And a goal! Mark Howe, assist from Steve Alley. And Don Cherry, once again, proving himself to be a prophet. The 3-0 lead being dangerous. It's now 3-2. 15:22 gone by in the second period. Hartford with an 8-shot advantage, 22-14, and now they have come back to make it a 1-goal game. Game number 3. If you're just tuning in, Hartford has a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series, which is what they played in 1980 in the first round. Of course, nowadays it's a best-of-7. Interference called against Steve Jensen, and that's a 2-minute minor. Hartford is back on the power play for the waning moments of the second period. They'll still have a 1:35 power play when we start period number 3. It's 3-2. We'll drop the puck and start period number 3. Lassard has made 26 saves, so he's not Commandant Lassard. Remember him from the Police Academy movies? This game. And Garrett has made 20 saves in 23 efforts. Shots are 28-23 Hartford right now. But kind of like hits in baseball, the shot total is a misleading statistic in hockey. And does LA get a little insurance here? Looking that way. And they get it. Dave Taylor, his second goal of the game. Hallward and Simmer on the assist, and it's 4-2 Los Angeles with 11:25 to go. So the goal came at 8:35. Hartford's got a little more work to do here in Game 3 if they want to sweep. Still leading in shots, 30-28. Although now LA has caught up and has now taken the lead in shots. They're keeping the pressure on. Looking like we're going to play another game here in just a moment. 4 minutes to go. Now under 4. 32 shots for LA, 30 for Hartford. And Hartford picks up a goal. So we have injury going into the waning moments. Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey. Assist by Keon and Rogers at 17:24. So now Hartford could pull the goalie and try to get the equalizer. 2 minutes to go. Under a minute. And this is going to end 4-3. LA wins, so we play another game. Stars of the game were Dave Taylor, Mike Rogers, and Doug Hallward. And I'm seeing Hartford had Howe, Keon, and Rogers have great games, and 6 guys had great games according to the computer for the Kings. So 4-3 LA wins, and we will check the standings to see if anybody clinched. And they have not played all of the Game 5s yet, so Game 3s, I'm sorry. And we will play Game 4 here in just a moment. New York beat Chicago in their series, so they will move on to the quarterfinal round. See who else is clinched. St. Louis beat Pittsburgh 3-0. Philadelphia easily over the Rangers 3-0. Toronto has knocked out Edmonton 3-0. 3-0. So we have just a handful of series still going. Quebec and Buffalo, Vancouver and Montreal. Washington at Boston, and our series, Hartford and Los Angeles. Bill Bennett is champing at the bit. Well, good for him. So on to game number 4. It's now 2-1 in favor of Hartford, but now LA can tie the series with a good result here in the 4th game. Drop the puck, and let's get this one started. Hartford wins, they're into the next round. Los Angeles wins, we go to a Game 5. Garrett and Lassard are the goalkeepers again for the respective teams. Garrett for Hartford, Lassard for LA. And let's see who could get the first goal here. Looking like it'll be Hartford. And they get it. They get it. It's Antonovich. Assists by DeBole and Howell. 8:20 into the first period. 1-0 Hartford. I'm sure they wanted to win in 3 games, but if they could win in 4, that's good too. Shots are about even, 7-6, 8-6 LA. High sticking against Charlie Simmer of the Kings. So Hartford goes on the power play for up to 2 minutes, barring goals or penalties. And that power play was killed off by LA. Scoring chance now for the Kings, it looks like. Garrett gives up the goal to Simmer, who just came off from the penalty. Goin and Mannery on the assists. 14:49 left in period number 1. We're tied 1-1. If the Kings win this, we will come right back and play the 5th game. We do all the elimination games in the playoffs. And this is the 8-9 series. So this is the most even series there is if you look at it on paper. And speaking of an even period, we end the period 1-1, 11 shots for LA and 10 for Hartford as we drop the puck and go to period number 2. And as I was saying earlier, if we tie, we play overtime. Hooking on Kozak of Hartford, so LA gets the 2-minute power play, which you can see over here. And the Kings look like they're going to capitalize on it. And a goal by Butch Goring, and it's 2-1, LA. If we play a Game 5, you will see it right here at the end of this video, but Hartford comes right back. And they score! Gordie Howe again, assist by Renaud and Hengsleben. And we are tied 2-2 in the second period. LA has about a 6-shot advantage in shots on goal, 19-13. See what the Whalers can do here. Can they close it out in LA, or will they have to go back to the East Coast for Game 5? And it's a goal for Hartford. They take the lead for the first time in Los Angeles. In this series, Rogers, assisted by Douglas, 9:49 into the second period, and it's 3-2. Hartford leading. They hold on, they win the series. If LA comes back, we are tied. Here's Hartford again. How about another goal here, boys? Nope, it's back to LA. And LA gets the goal on the counter-strike. Charlie Simmer, assisted by Marcel Dion, and it's dead even, 3-3. Two evenly matched teams, but with them being the 8 and 9 seeds, you would expect that. 5 minutes left in period number 2. Three minutes. 2 minutes. And now they're doer. We played 2 periods. It's 26-18 on shots for LA, and the score dead even, 3-3. So we'll see what happens here in this decisive period, unless we go overtime of the 4th game. And we have not had overtime yet in this series. All the games have been decided in regulation. And cross-checking against Barry Gibbs. Not Barry Gibb, Barry Gibbs. And that gives Hartford the power play. LA up 6 shots still, 27-21. And here's Hartford with a scoring chance. It appears. And they get it. Hangslavin, assisted by Sims and Douglas. 6:16 in the period number 3, and it's 4-3 Hartford. The suspense building at the Inglewood Forum. And now, can Hartford go up 2 goals? Kings had possession of it. Back to LA, back to Hartford. Back to LA, I should say. Something like that. And yes, they get the goal. They get a crucial goal. Gordie Howe. That could be the dagger. Bennett and Keon on the assists. 8:52 into period number 3. It's 5-3 Hartford. They're looking to close the deal right here. Under 11 minutes to go in period number 3. Now the Kings need 2 to tie. And time running out on them. Hartford has gotten off a flurry of shots. They now have the shot lead at 29-27. Gordie Howe has 2 goals, by the way. Now the Kings try to get one back. There's your shot, and a goal for Butch Goring. Assisted by Mike Murphy. We have 5:08 left, so the goal came at 14:52. Kings now have the shot lead again. It's 5-4 Hartford. They're within a goal. So it's going to be some moments of high drama here at the Forum. Home of the LA Lakers during this time frame. Down to the last 2 minutes. Kings got to throw everything they got. Under a minute. Last chance. Hartford's got it. Back to LA. Back to Hartford. And they get it. That's going to do it. Mike Rogers. An assist by Renaud at 19:05. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Hartford's moving on to the quarterfinal round. They win Game 4, 6-4. Players come out for the traditional handshake after the series, but this one is over. Hartford has advanced, and they will go to the round of 8. They won 2-1, 9-2. They lost 4-3 in Game 3, and then they beat the Kings 6-4 in their own backyard to clinch the series. We'll see what else happened. Did anybody else clinch Game 4 in Game 4? We have Quebec and Buffalo tied. Vancouver has put up a great effort against Montreal. They are tied 2-2. This was the only series to end in Game 4. Washington and Boston also tied. And Hartford seals the deal. Hartford gets the Islanders, and I nearly started that game. I didn't mean to. We'll see who won the series. Boston won their series against Washington. Montreal won their series against Vancouver. Buffalo outlasted Quebec. So here are the quarterfinal pairings, and we'll get to this next week. It'll be New York Islanders, the New York Islanders, who in real life did win the Stanley Cup in 1980. They get Hartford in round number 2, a best of 7. Buffalo will play Toronto. Montreal will play Philadelphia. St. Louis will play Boston. But that's it for today. We will come back next week and give you this Whalers-Islanders series. We will pick it up when one team has won 3 games, and we'll give you all the elimination games of that series. This has been Big Paulie. We wish you well. We hope your Sunday is good, wherever you are, and whenever you see this. I am recording this August 16th, I believe. Yes, the day of Elvis's death, back in 1977. But this is August 16th, 2020. And good night, God bless, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye bye for now, everybody.